Wow. All I can say is wow. So I've known about this game for such a long time, and everyone has been pleading with me, like, please, you've got to play Splinter Cell Essentials. So what is Splinter Cell Essentials? It is a PSP game. So what have I done is I've downloaded a PSP emulator, and I'm just going to do like a quick little thing on it. Now, I'm going to judge by this is that when the time comes and we get through Splinter Cell Chaos Theory again and then Double Agent, this game takes place technically right after Double Agent. So I just want to show off like maybe just a little bit here just to kind of give you like, I don't know, wet your whistle, I guess, if you want to call it. I've actually played the first mission or whatnot, but I mean, this is just, it's utterly, I don't know. It's crazy to think about this game and just how it is. So, oh man, I mean, I'm just going to play like just the first, I guess, little bit here so you can guys kind of take a look. I'm playing with an Xbox One X series controller. And it is something. It is truly, truly something. So this is what the game looks like. It's a good old Sam Fisher. I mean, they really, really did a great job on the model.
Any guards around.
I mean, just take a look at this. Like, obviously, this is a PSP game, but this is definitely one of the worst looking PSP games that I've ever seen. And I've seen some amazing looking PSP games. But yeah. So the way that this game works is kind of weird. I mean, obviously the PSP only had one analog stick. So the game only allows you to, use your analog stick to move, whatnot, right? But if you want to move your camera around, the way that I have it set up is that you can use your face buttons. So, for instance, let me go ahead and go to the controls here real quick. You can take a look. So there's a few different options. I've got it on alternate right now, but the other one is default. Default meaning that you hold down B. So it's kind of like, how do I say this? In this mode, it's kind of like you've got to stop, press, because this is considered a PlayStation, so press circle, and then you can move your thumbstick around to control the camera, or you can do the alternate, which is change the mode by pressing down, camera mode on and off, and then using the face buttons, square, circle, triangle, and X to move your camera around, which I actually prefer that way because I think it's better. Let me go ahead and invert Y-axis, auto aim. Yep. Might make it a little bit better. I mean, just look at how outdated all this is. This is crazy. And yeah, it's I don't know what came over me, but just I was like, I'm redoing this Splinter Cell series on the channel, and I just thought it would be so cool to do a little preemptive show that yes, this walkthrough is most likely going to come out, and it isn't going to be pretty. Because I don't even think you can get through this entire game without taking anyone out. I think it's definitely not meant like that. So as you can see, when you're not in camera mode, so you got to press down to change out of camera mode, and then you can go into stealth again and press it to move the camera again. It's a lot of weird stuff that you got to do in order to get everything to work, but you can still do all your rolls just like before. But as you can see, you can't do the rolls at the same time as the camera just because that's the way that I have this set up. Well, I actually like it this way because I want to be able to move my camera around to be able to control Sam's camera, to be able to look around the corner while I'm kind of sneaking. You still got all your normal sneak controls that you would think that you would normally have. Did you listen to that? That's crazy.
That's Sarah's white gravestone over there. No guards there. That's strange. Better get moving when I've got the chance.
Now, yes, that is Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside is in this game. All of the original voice actors actually are in the game. Now, the cutscenes, they don't work really 100%. And it's hard to explain. Like, it works a little bit here, but it doesn't work like you see this here, right? But then it'll all of a sudden just, like, stop. And I don't know if it's the settings I have. See, it just kind of stops right there, and then that's the last you see of it. And then it loads up this first mission here, which is back in 1992.
The guerrillas ambushed a unit of local forces and wiped them out. Our liaison to the unit, Lieutenant Shetland, is missing.
That means the guerrillas have him, Captain. We've got to get him back.
We're planning a rescue for later tonight.
We don't have that much time. Shetland possesses classified information. If the guerrillas torture him and get those secrets...
If we go out there half-cocked, we'll walk right into another ambush. Now, this isn't open to discussion, Fisher. No one leaves the space, and that's an order.
You may not have noticed, Captain, but I'm not Army. I'm Special Ops. And my responsibility is to keep Shetland from revealing what he knows.
If you leave this base, Fisher, you're on your own.
I was hoping you'd say that.
What the hell is the captain waiting for? If it was up to me, we'd be looking for Shetland right now.
So yeah,
Stand
none of...
down, Private. You've got your orders. I've got mine.
Roger that, sir.
None of them actually move their mouths or whatever, but, I mean, that's not a big deal. Those are things you can look around, right? So left button to switch to night vision. We've already showed you that, so you can see, like, pretty much how everything is. So as far as this goes, now we go into sneak mode. So it's really, really weird, at least the way that I have it set up, so... But all the sneaking is pretty much the same. I'm playing this in a very high resolution because you can emulate the PSP very well on a brand new, computer, which makes it so much cool. So the SWAT turns are still here. How awesome is that? I mean, it's got some of Sam Fisher's coolest moves, but it's very, very hard to tell lighting-wise if you're good or not, because look, if you look at everything, it's really hard to say that you're in the light or not unless you look at the meter. There's no real way of 100% knowing. I mean, the lighting isn't as good to keep you, and there's a lot of graphical glitches that you can probably see on the screen. Lots and lots of graphical glitches, but you can actually stealth. I played this entire mission, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a system where you can press all the way forward and you'll move this slow. But then if you stop and you press forward again, you'll go and you'll move faster. So it's a very, very weird system on how it all works together. But you can save. What I'm playing on is a PSP. So you can look. I mean, look at that. You can literally save your game at any time. But I think what it does is just create a temporary checkpoint, and you don't necessarily start back from here. So let's say I saved right here, right? But then I'm going to go ahead and save via the PPSSPS or whatever that's called, the emulator. So I click save here, and there, I've got a save. So let's say if I go in, let's move a little forward. And now I go to load game. You can load for checkpoint, or you can load from memory stick. Let's see where it takes us. Now this is if you were just on PSP. Oh, so wow, it actually really does work. You can really quick save on the fly. How cool is that? But again, I can also do the same thing just by using loading a save state, because this is an emulation, so I can just click load state, and immediately it brings us right back to here. So it's a pretty cool PSP emulator that the way that this all works. So, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I really honestly don't think that it looks. I mean, it looks about what I would expect something that a PSP, I guess. But it's still pretty bad for a PSP, because if you look at some other games on PSP, they're actually really good. Now notice how we got to crouch, so I got to go back, change the camera back around. I won't save that checkpoint. I don't really need to. You can't really tell that you can climb something. You just gotta hope and pray that you can actually climb it. And then now you got all the enemies, so... Oh, isn't it great? So you can actually get up against the enemies. You can grab them. I don't know if you can interrogate them because I haven't seen any options for interrogation. But you can go up and grab them like normal.
Watch where you step. Remember what happened to Jorge last week. That mine blew both his legs off.
Don't be such an old woman.
You've got your weapon.
Those traps 100 times. I could do it blindfolded now.
It even shows you when you're aiming on someone, it turns to green, which isn't too bad. I'm going to do a quick save state right here just so I could test this out. You see how you're really slow? And that's about the only speed you can go unless you stop and then go again. But we're going to let him go for now. See how we're going faster? Because we stopped and then we moved in a different direction. So, again, we're moving slow, pressing all the way forward, stop, and then go, and then boom. So the other cool thing is, it's got a lot of things from Pandora Tomorrow in it, too. I mean, disabling, like, the mines and stuff like, or this. Although it's used a little differently. Wait till it says green, then let go. It's pretty cool. Now, I think they get added to your collection, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty cool. But as you can see, the game, I mean, it's running. Yeah, there's graphical glitches left and right, but so you can see, you can't even really tell that you're in the light right now. But you're completely in the light without even really knowing it. There's some good old stuff, but let me tell you, this game is super hard. I mean, I'm firing everything at this guy, and he didn't take a single damage there. That's crazy. But you can still get by this part, I mean, completely stealthy. Except the controls, like I said, are just weird. Pick up bodies like normal. Put them down, hide them. Like I said, right here, I mean, you couldn't even... It's very, very tough to tell when you're in the shadows and not. Obviously, this is shadow. You can tell that much a little bit, but... It's still very hard to tell. There is no shadows over here whatsoever. I don't think there's no light sources to shoot out. So there's going to be a lot of situations where you're just automatically going to get into a lot of problems. But I think I can figure out a way to do this completely stealthy and obviously knocking guards out. There's certain situations in this game that I've seen that there's just no way to get around not knocking some guards out. But the controls can be just a little bit iffy, switch back and forth. I didn't mean to do that. Amazingly, I didn't die though. Still, because I'm not good with the controls just yet. They do take some time to get used to, but I just wanted to show off a little bit of it. I think I got another save somewhere. Let me see where this one is. Yeah, this is towards like the end. This is the very, very end of the mission. And I did this pretty much only killing 2 people. and going through it otherwise completely stealthy. And I get like a little killed in action, none of my crew. Enemy status, I killed 2 and wounded a few, like knocked out a few that I grabbed them and stuff like that. But what's cool is, and the reason I'm showing you like the end, we don't need to save that, is it goes, you know, I'm skipping the cutscene there, as you don't need to see that either for now, until I can figure out how to get it to run super smooth. But this is the oil rig mission.
You've uploaded your mission objectives. Grimstarter says the rig's encryption protocols are bulletproof, so we're gonna have to let one of Nikolaz's geeks log on before we get a chance at any intelligence.
Why would they be holding on to this rig? It's not Nikolaz's smartest play.
That's what got our attention. Nikolaz is sacrificing several cells to hold on to it, so whatever's coming over the network must be critical. Mission objectives on your OPSAT.
See how cool that is? Make sure you go back into camera before you start using your face buttons, of course, but I mean, it's pretty, I'm surprised it works as well as it does, but it really does. And yeah, you'll have to get around, you know, some weird things, but it's not that big of a deal to get around them.
Visual on hostile forces. We're blowing the bridge immediately. Repeat, blowing the bridge.
It's just, we're playing the oil rig mission at night, which I think was in the PlayStation 2 version, not in the Xbox version, because the Xbox version it was during the day. So that's a little different for me. So there's a lot of reason to play some of these missions because I've never really done them, right? I think I can jump. Let's find out. Of course, trying to figure out where everything is. I'm trying to... I know the main mission, and most of it is seeming like it's doing pretty much the same.
Bad news, Fisher. Something got the military's attention.
Oh boy.
Your rig just got bumped into the single digits on NATO's strike list. Find yourself a technician and get that down. Time just got scarce.
I mean, yeah, this is pretty much set up almost exactly like it was in the original mission. Like, controls feel okay, just a little bit weird. Optic cables, traps. Whoa, Sam, you're scaring me there. You're looking deep into my soul. I mean, honestly, that looks almost the same as it did in the original, let's be honest. Now, we've done that way. Let's see if I change into the other controls. So instead of alternate, we go to default. Let's see what the default ones are. I haven't done the default ones yet. So now it's... This is like normal here, right? Except now, if we want to move the camera around, we have to stop, and then we can move the camera around with the left thumbstick while holding B. Which means crouch is now on X instead, which makes it a little different. I think that's a ladder. So, no, maybe it's not a ladder. No, it is a ladder. See, like when you're moving up, you got to stop, and then you can move up. So that's the only weirdest thing, I guess. But it really is. Look, this looks almost exactly the same, guys. Except I'm messing up big time here. I've already alerted the guy. I mean, it's so different. So I can get a headshot. You took it like a man, my friend. Took it like a man. But we cannot move the camera around while we're right here. Like I said, that's why I think I like the other one better. But I think it would still take a long time to get used to it all. And again, look at that. Look at how dark it is. No reason not to have everything on. So let's stop here, look down to make sure I can drop down. Okay, seem to be good to go. Oh, barely made it there. I mean, look, you can see how just small the levels are and how there's a lot of loading and whatnot. And then you start here.
Guys, what the hell was that? Being attacked. We have to get up. We're going to the data hub. Double time.
That's our friends from the Air Force. Ground troops are imminent. We'll keep you updated.
We're under attack! We've sustained heavy damage to...
God, I don't even know. Oh, man, see, I'm just so lost with these controls. Oh, wait, hold on. Now, I would probably be seen right here. So, I'm going to do a little safe state. I just want to try something.
Trailing dangerously behind Pyotr. If you don't get closer, we're going to lose him.
Like I said, you could do knockouts and kills. So this is what's hilarious, right? So I'm going to do a save state right here just so I can show you something really funny. They actually got it backwards, right? I'm going to hit L. L is non-lethal. This is your non-lethal. Does that look familiar? It should, because that is the animation for a kill, not a non-lethal. So when I go back to load state, now I will do the kill. That is the knockout animation. So they literally got it backwards, which just makes it so freaking hilarious. Like, he is literally dead, whereas the other one, he's not dead. And I just find that it's like, have these guys even played freaking Splinter Cell before?
Hurry up, Fisher. We need you close to Pyotr when he logs in. We're getting dangerously close to aborting the mission.
American fighter planes! They're coming in again! Reports of incoming troop transport!
Remember, oh, so they don't have that one distraction here anymore. I guess my question is, are you completely... My guess would be no. No, it seems like we're still pretty much in the light. I think they still have a whistle here, too.
Never mind, we'll go around.
But as you can see, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to control, but it's still pretty freaking awesome. And I am going to be doing a walkthrough for this, but I just wanted to kind of show it off to you guys really quick. You can pick up satchels. You've got goals, notes, I mean, inventory, everything is still here like it is.
Change of plans, Fisher. You're going after that technician Pyotr. You want the briefcase that's chained to his wrist.
You downloaded the data to that?
to a laptop beside it. Use whatever force necessary.
Is that still here? Still got to climb the pipe? Yeah. Everything else is still really like almost the same. I'm so surprised by that. Obviously, there's not as many enemies. I'm trying to figure out how to... I'm dead. I just wanted to show it off to you guys that it's actually a real thing, man. And I just thought it was super hilarious and super fun to actually take a look at this and how it works and whatnot. But as you can see, I've got a few games already on here. Splinter Cell Syphon Filter, which these Syphon Filter games, I mean... holy crap, they look freaking awesome, dude. Like Logan, Shadow.
My whole team gone.
How cool is this?
Intel wasn't right. Teresa, get going.
You can speed it up, so that way if you want to skip certain stuff. I mean, this is one of those PSP games that actually doesn't look too bad.
Patching in Cordell.
You can see the difference,
this
right?
Isn't a good time.
I've got this 10 times the resolution in 4K.
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you secured the contents of Hold 5?
What's going on, Cordell? You want me to secure Hold 5, you get 5th Fleet to patch us into the ship's comm.
No go. The Navy can't know you're even there. Comm's locked out. Just get to Hold 5 and secure it until my team arrives. Cordell out.
Thanks for the help, Cordell.
Teresa, I'll patch you into the network myself. Keep trying 5th Fleet. Logan out.
And see how this works? It actually doesn't work bad at all. Check this out. You can grapple. Take him over here. Almost the same controls. I'm using the face buttons to aim. Some pretty cool. He needs them in the balls. Oh, that's so good. I mean, everything else is great. Like, this has way better controls, first of all. Let's just put it that way. The controls in this game are way better than Splinter Cell Essential. This is like what I wish Splinter Cell Essential's controls would look like. But you've got that true stealth, man. Obviously, there's no knockouts here, though. That being the biggest thing. Everything else works pretty much the same. Like here, we can take this guy out. Right now, I've got not the perfect weapon to do so, so you can actually switch to a different weapon. You can take him out with a sniper. There's different darts. Look at the different darts there is. You got the EDT darts, the regular ammo, explosive, gas. EDT is pretty much like non-lethal, I think. There you go. But there is a lot of points in this game where you just can't stealth. Like, there's just action. So fun to do these things right here. Pretty cool stuff, right? But yeah, I just want to show you that there are some games that can actually really look really cool. So I have a lot of stuff that I want to do in the future. You know, I'm not saying when any of this stuff will come, but I'm going to be doing it in the background of all the walkthroughs I've got going on, so that by the time you actually see these things, they're going to be done and they'll just come right out, and you don't have to worry about, am I going to finish them or not? That's kind of a goal of mine, is a lot of these walkthroughs that I want to already have done before I even put out the first video. Especially for games like these, because I don't really ever want to like live stream a full version of this or something. I would just have fun and live stream it, but not like a full-on thing like I've been doing with the Splinter Cell levels. So I would just be putting videos out, and I think having the videos done already and just putting them out for you guys to watch at your own convenience would be, you know, more convenient. But I just wanted to show a little bit off that, you know, there could be some cool PSP games coming in the future for the channel, and Splinter Cell Essentials, a walkthrough that you never thought you'd see on this channel, could be coming sometime in the near future. So love you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.